Thanks for staying with us. So we saw a video on social media of a woman who was weeping and crying and asking for any man to come out and marry her. She went ahead to lament about her state of being single, saying that she doesn't mind any type of man. She's been under pressure to get married. She's successful. She's doing businesses. But whatever she does or everything she's been doing so far, none seems like success because she does not have a husband. So she's asking for any man who is ready to come, whether you're a wheelbarrow pusher, whether you're a bus conductor, she doesn't care. She's willing and ready to marry as low as it can get, just so that society does not keep, calling her a spinster or someone who is unmarried, so that she can feel better about herself. And a lot of people started talking about this. And there were some persons were saying that this sisterhood is not proud of you. How can you bring yourself to this level? Other people are saying, yes, but it's what society has caused. Probably her parents, her aunties, everybody's on her, that no matter what you have, you know how we pass some of these comments, once you don't have a man, you don't have anything, and it's really getting to her. So what are your thoughts on this? You can join the conversation and call us on 0810-764-1679 or 0902-416-3440. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Nima.
So I saw this video and it broke my heart because a lot of people were saying she's overreacting. Where is she from? And pretending as if this was not a problem our society has done to women. So yesterday we had a mental health expert who was talking about how the various practices damage us over time and how everybody's carrying their trauma along with them. One of the major wahala traumas that women are dealing with is the burden of starting a family. You see society talking about how it's important for people to move on, start a family, how a woman, her clock is ticking, pressuring her to settle down. They call it a term, marry down now. You two go school, marry down. Maybe you should not use a car. You should live low so that they can approach you. It's you that, a lot of standards pushed out there that women have to deal with. You saw this lady, she was desperate. Yeah. She's even doing video. Some are told, I recently sat with a group of girls and they also say, I go just go get belecom. Once upon a time, it was wrong for a girl to go get belecom. Yeah. But now it's the parents who say, I've just born.
Just born, no.
And a lot of all those pressures. You can see how this girl is not mentally fit for what a lot of women go through. I had an aunt who had to, put up with, close her eyes to all the red flags. And when she got a child, she found out she was marrying her friend's husband. Because they left secondary school. He was coming back from the UK. Did not expose what he had gone through, that he had been married. He was just saying, I had a marriage that was broken, and he gave a victim's perspective. By the time she had done her nikah, she was pregnant. Stories started coming in. The friend was visiting the country and was like, my husband remarried, and showed picture to a common friend who linked them, and she was like, my own Prince Charming, your ex-demon, and that's how they started stories. But she was at her 40s and the pressure was up to here. She was a bank manager at the time. I was looking up to her like this. She had to marry and see how the story played out. She just divorced and continued her baby mama, single motherhood life. But that was not the plan. The plan was to have a beautiful life with a beautiful, responsible person. But she had taken her time out of the pressure, and by the time she was thinking she had found someone, she ended up in another wahala. Well, some people are made to stay there, make it work, make it happen, make it this, make it that. It work, no work. To divorce is demonized. To be a married girl, maybe with a standard, you're supposed to be monetizing your relationship. That's why you're like that. Some people will tell you, what did you do with your youth? A common friend said to a friend of mine one time and said, when your mates were getting married, you're doing shakara.
You're doing shakara, you're always choosing.
So, this talk at girls, this is what it can do to somebody. To the extent that's when somebody has lost her entire dignity. She put her face to her pain. She puts words to her pain. She had lost dignity. She did not think out that she might be taken advantage of. Somebody can marry her tomorrow and say, maybe you do video the other day. Anytime you beg me come marry you. Not you do video, they cry. Help you, I pity you. I can't put crown for your head. After I package you, finish, see the way you are doing. She can never have a say. in her home and her happiness.
Ramatu?
Yeah, so I really find that video disturbing somehow because the way she was even, she does not even have a criteria. She does not even have tastes. She's just calling out anything. That's to tell you that the pressure is much. And we have to be very careful. The society pressure is real. It just depends on us. We need to know what we can take in and what we should filter out. Because if we say we're going to wait for society to tell us how to form our lives and do things for ourselves, we are just going to get ourselves all worked up. She was talking about menopause, and there are so many ways now. She said she will soon go into menopause and all, just stating all the problems that can come. What about the solutions? What about what can you do aside maybe having a man? You can't just have a man and just marry any kind of person and say, this one come and be a husband. You said tomato seller, you said this, and maybe you are working. You have a tomato seller or a barrow pusher come into the house to come and be your husband. You start having issues. Marriage is not an achievement. It's okay in our society, it's recognized, it's beautiful, but it's not something that will boost your self-esteem. You need to have your own self-esteem and everything before you go into marriage. So she really needs to think this thing through.
Amaka?
Yeah, so I'm happy that you asked a question to the guest that were here. You said, what does success mean to you? So success means different things to different people. For some people, being married is success. For some people, having a child is success. For some people, their career is success. So it's individual based, right? What success means to you. So obviously for this lady, success to her is not everything she has achieved, because she said that she has money, she's doing well. Success to her is marriage, a man, any kind of man, what type of man. So I just think that like in this world, we don't like peace.
I don't understand.
We don't like peace because how does someone move from one problem? As in, you just want to go and collect another one. Like you just want anything. Madman, whatever, anything. You just want a man. Why? Like I said, don't you want to value peace in this life?
Peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet. Like I said, why? Because you want a man. Hey, that's all I can say. Because this is just terrible. Yeah. Obviously, this lady was not raised to have confidence in herself. Yes. Obviously, she's 30-something. I'm scared how she wants to raise the children that she wants to have.
True.
Right? True. You want to move from one phase of your life to the next when you're not well equipped mentally as an individual. Lack of self-confidence. You don't know who you are. You know your value system. You don't know what you want. You don't even have a box you want to tick. Your value system is zero as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, and then you want to get married and have kids. What kind of kids do you want to raise?
So let's take this caller, Lizzie from Abuja, and I come to Nima. Good morning, Lizzie.
My first time calling.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My dear, I just imagine this lady has raised an alarm. Thank you. She has raised an alarm, and I can imagine all the monsters and demons that are just waiting to pounce on her. It's crazy. I mean, how do you just let your guard down because of what everybody else says? What does she want? I think the first thing is, what do you want? And even in this life, when we all say this is what we want, we see a lot of spanners thrown in our wheels, as in making sure we don't get what we want. At least for yourself, what do I want? And I think she needs to just separate herself from most of these people. If she can afford to take care of herself, separate yourself from people, because ladies in the room, you are talking about wheelbarrow pusher, cassava, fruit seller. What about the people who are carrying all sorts of diseases, HIV, that are ready to bounce on you without telling you what they have? And then the next thing, like him and said, I think you said you wanted anybody. We are here to crown you with our problem. So we have that kind of deep level of deception, where because women are not valued, that this one has now devalued herself for that. So I think the first thing is you can just draw her close and let her give herself some time, a time frame, 1 year, to get her motivation and her self-image back. Separate yourself and then determine what do you want. Because The wahala in front is not funny. Thank you for listening to my rant. Have a lovely weekend.
It was a beautiful rant. Thank you for calling in. So let me ask you a question, Nima, because you know, studies have shown, and I know personally, something I've been preaching since I was 16, 17, 18, that we marry at the level of our self-esteem. And when I look around people, a lot of people that I've seen who have married and married wrong, I always tie it back to how they were at the time that the man met them. Because when a man meets you at any level, men are not the ones that evolve the way we evolve. We have evolved several times in the marriage. We are up, down, everywhere, hormones, everything is evolving at the same time. But men are more consistent according to their biology. That's their nature. When a man meets you at a point, he sees you at that point for almost the rest of your life. Except, of course, one miracle wants to happen tomorrow and something drastic happens that changes that perspective. Men are that, you know, stable in their focus, right? Now, if you are at a level where you have no values, low self-esteem, no self-respect, and you attract a man at that level, it's difficult for this man to respect you. It's difficult for this man to lift you. Sometimes, I had a client that I coached recently, and when I explained certain things to her, she was like, now I'm getting why it was difficult for this man to respect me. I said, because you came to him at the time and you felt that he would be your Messiah.
Yes.
They're not a Messiah like that. It doesn't work that way. And now you were struggling to get a bit of respect from this man who saw you at almost at gutter level and felt, I'm even the one doing you a favor. And she said it. She said when they had a quarrel one time, the guy was like, but I picked you up now. I'm doing you a favor now. You had nobody. You were abandoned.
So that's
I decided to help you. Yes.
Doesn't matter what stage you meet.
Yes. No, I'm just saying. But even at that stage, it's very difficult because then you are attracting somebody who is in his mind and also at that level without knowing. Now, my question to Nima is, we always blame society for where we are.
Yeah.
It's society that's pressuring me. It's society that is doing this. It's because of society I'm stealing. It's because of society I don't want them to laugh at me, so I have to be a certain way. Who is society?
Exactly.
Family, your sister, your next person. Next person.
Everybody.
Next person. See, I'm very grateful to God for my auntie. Because my mom, she was a princess in the village. Her family arranged her marriage. Yes, I had an arranged marriage like my mother, but by the time I got married, my self-esteem was not just boosted from home. My auntie taught me, I dated. You ask me out, I would drop it with my auntie. Just come. By the time I'm in the bath getting ready, she put money in my purse. Auntie, you have your shakara money. If anything goes wrong. So I paid it forward. I remembered my own auntie too, pressuring her daughter that, I've done wedding for all your friends. Every day you are picking and selecting. Men, are there beans? You know, when she said that, I looked at her daughter and I became my auntie to that girl as well. And today, I'm always eternally grateful for her choice of husband. She knew exactly what she wanted.
Was going.
So now you, as society, you are the mother asking your daughter, my daughter, hope no problem. Even when you're asking in your most kindest, hope no problem. You don't see anybody like you. You know. When you start asking your daughter that, you're giving her the assignment.
So go searching.
So maybe she has gone to school, she has done it all, she's successful. But what we do, well, I'm lucky as a Muslim, is that my parents too have the duty to find.
It's not you finding.
A good home.
A good home,
Yeah.
a good
so
husband.
they will start their own duty as well. But as society, your business is not to ask the girl, maybe if you get belle or something. I remember my younger one. Okay, when we come back from the break,
we need to clarify on this society because I have an angle that I'm going to. That's what I'm asking. Who is society? Yeah. Thanks for staying with us. We have a guest in the house, a Nigerian actress, model, television presenter, entrepreneur who has featured in several international campaigns for different brands and also been in several blockbuster movies. Welcome, the beautiful Zainab Balogun.
Good morning. Very exciting to be here.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah, we see you on screen. I'm like, oh, I like how she speaks. I like her acting. She's seamless. You know, like your acting is natural.
Yes.
And that's why some of us like to watch Oyibo movies because it seems like they're living their daily life. And
it's easy to forget you're
you're watching
them.
something that's not real.
Yeah.
You know? And so when we see actors who are that seamless, you can easily identify that this one is international. Welcome, darling. How
Thank you so
doing
much.
today?
I'm good. I'm really good. Excited that our brand new movie is out today.
Yes, but before we go to the movie, did you hear our gist?
So I didn't know about this trending video thing, and I was asking backstage. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm in two minds. Number one, I understand that, you know, we're following COVID and all, I think we all are still trying to find ourselves. And loneliness is the one thing that literally just kind of lingers about. And we're human beings. There's that desire for connection. If we don't have it, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So I get it from that standpoint of you want a little bit of stability, you want your own person, and all of these things are in our faces with social media, perfect relationships and, you know, parenting and all of that stuff. So there's that strong desire for it, but I don't know if this is the best rate to go searching for it, because you never know what you might find. It could be the wrong thing.
You know, the
Definitely
pressure
will
that
be.
God had there. I remember, don't mind me if I'm crying too much. I remember you married Wachuku, Zainab Balogun Wachuku. And I remember when your wedding was, I follow. And I was reading, I was like, they go, don't cause this get tired for their family. Because the way society is wired, your Zainab Balogun, there must be one auntie in the Balogun side that thought, Oromo Yoba. You know? Did you get, you know, how those what we call like comments? How did you get that kind of comments, and how did you react?
So I don't, like I said, I never knew anything about this story, because when it comes to social media, I treat it as work. So I'm there, like whether it's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I go in and I go out. And I try not to pay attention to any of the extra fluff. I think people are desperately looking for things to consume. And if you're the type of person that, you know, wants to feed that machine, you can. I personally am not. So I don't speak about things that are very important to me, whether it's my family, you know, what I'm here to always talk about is my work. And when you separate that two, you create a veil where people know this is a no-go area. And if we have a bit more of that, maybe there can be more peace.
Interesting. So you will not tell us anything about you, because I would believe that fans like to connect.
Yes, of course.
Beyond the work.
Yes.
I want to see Zainab and know Zainab just had a baby.
But you know
Zainab
what?
actually is breastfeeding. She's doing what they call that
Like
6 months.
the exclusive.
Exclusive, right.
Zainab loves to swim.
Yeah.
You know, it gives us more connection to the person aside from just seeing your.
I completely agree with you. And I think I just pick and choose what to give. So, you know, I control it. They see what I love, the kind of food, whether it's activities, adventure, travel, those kind of things. But I just think that you know, if I discovered a diamond today, I'm not going to shout to the world that, oh my gosh, look at what I have. Yes. I'm going to put it in a safe, right? And that's how I feel about those type of subjects. Yes. It needs an extra layer of protection.
Exactly.
I was sharing before we went on the break, my younger sister who was very selective. So her mom had a friend who was based in Canada whose son was due to marry. And so she had done the arrangement. And the girl just kept looking at the family. So she would be on calls with them and say, this family, I'm not going to marry this marriage. At some point, because of her mother's influence, an engagement had occurred, and so she had to be doing wifely duties. Say, go and greet one auntie in Nigeria, all of those things. She kept saying to me, I can't marry this person. And so she, single-handedly, before my support came in, caused a breakup.
Wow.
And so she was named, tagged, you know, Nagidi, she's stubborn, she's unbearable, she cannot make anything work, I don't understand her. But today, mom and myself, because when she chose to marry, she married a friend. She found someone and said, this person I can make friends with. And he didn't have everything the Canadian had. He didn't have the influence, he didn't have the societal standard, but today they're doing very well. And her mom is always saying to me, I'm just grateful she was stubborn. You know, it's important that there's one person at least. Before my family member will do a live video like this, it will take.
So let me ask Zainab a question before we now go into why you're here. I asked the question before we went on a break. and I wanted to get perspectives on what we call society. Because we hear a lot of people say, the pressure from society was too much, I just had to do this, I just had to do that. And I keep asking, who is society? How do we define society in a way that society is not the one telling you how to live your life because you don't want to be pressured by society? Who is this society? Can you give me an insight?
I think it's quite simple. Society is the collective group that we're raised with, influenced by. Us here on this table, we are one society with several different backgrounds and influences and, you know, knowledge and experience. And in this digital age, society is heavily online. It's by what we see, print media, it's music videos, it's TV shows, movies, all of those things. Those, and media is such a strong property that even politicians and governments use it as the best form of propaganda, you know, anywhere. And it's continuously being used to purport images and purport these things that people feel pressured by. And the responsibility is on us, whether it's neighbors, to, yes, look in. Like, somebody should have looked in on this woman, would have heard this woman's plight and pain. This is not the first time she's talking about being lonely and wanting this. But who is she having those conversations with? Are they like-minded individuals? Are they people who even care enough to want the best for her? So it takes a lot to get to that point, but the responsibility is on all of us. We're doing it.
Yeah. One way or the other.
Yeah.
As society. So me,
Yeah, I'm not.
so you have something to add to
No,
that?
I wanted to say yes, and there are dating sites and stuff like this. There's so much you can try without actually coming out to put your business out there and invite narcissists or crazy people into your life. Psychopaths. So there's so many other ways to go about it.
Yeah. So for me, I believe society starts from us.
Yeah.
I am my own full society,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. And, you know, when people, I hear pressure of, okay, you have to be a certain way, you have to do things like this, you have to be able to find one thing so that you're able to be defined. And I'm like, who is defining me? I'm defining myself as I go, by the way. And I think that's the confidence we need to give to especially our young people, to understand that you are society. You can say, this is what I want, this is what makes me happy, and stay there. And the world will align. It just takes them a few weeks, a few
might
months.
not like it.
They won't like it,
But it takes a lot of strength to shut down that
how do we
society.
give that strength to our young people to understand that they can make the rules as they go, you know? But we have to talk to Zainab. So what's cooking?
What's cooking? It's our brand new movie called The Beads that goes live on Prime Video today.
The Beads?
The Beads,
Like
yes.
Ileke?
Ileke,
Oh, wow.
yes. So the film is one that follows the illusion of time and time loops, life and fate and culture. I'm sure, as you just mentioned, we're all familiar with Ileke and, you know, all the, you know, traditional and superstitious.
And all the superstition.
Yes, all of those things connected to it. And so this movie is about understanding that you have one life. You don't have an opportunity to go again and again. So it is up to you to put your best foot forward the first time round. Yeah. And I got a chance to work with some really amazing actors.
We'll come back to that
Yes.
after seeing the video.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go for the video now.
You're not serious? Oh my God. Really? You guys are so dramatic.
Okay, ladies, please get Monty ready.
Yes.
I have a lot of guests that I'm attending to. I'm trusting you guys today.
Okay.
Oh, I'm excited. Yay!
Okay, wow. I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, get off the bed.
Sórí àṣà àti ṣe ti wà ní wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá lọ lé ọkọ a ní ẹ̀bùn tá a máa fún.
Ẹ̀bùn.
Àṣẹ Elédùmarè ni kò lè já. Àsopọ̀ Elédùmarè ni kò lè já o. Ẹni bá máa ṣègbéyàwó, á ṣe gudugudu méje. Ìgbéyàwó, ó pa gudugudu méje.
What day is it? It's your wedding day. I have lived this day twice. After mommy and daddy prayed for me at the wedding, somebody shoots me. What's the worst that could happen? You die and you get to try again, right? Are you not listening to me?
That's what I'm trying to say here.
You know what? Forget it. The wedding is off.
What's it? called off the wedding.
Eh?
She what?
Mommy, I'm tired.
Ìwọ mọ̀ pé ara gbé ní ilé ayé. Tẹ́ pé kí ni ìṣe jà fúnra má bẹ́ẹ̀ jà. Ṣùgbọ́n o gbọ́dọ̀ jìjà kadì fúnra ara ẹ.
I need to take a look at something, please.
No, you died yesterday.
You know.
Oh, yes, I have to. I'm trying to understand the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what character did you play in the movie?
I played the lead character, Ronti, who is getting married, and then time sort of takes control of the entire day. I don't want to give away too much, but there's comedy, there's romance, and there's very thought-provoking like conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell from the movie already because I was struggling to understand what's going on. Did the dream come true?
Was it a dream?
Is it a dream? Is it reality?
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. So you were going to tell us some of the amazing actors you worked with.
Yes, I got to work with some really very, very talented people. Auntie Shafi, Auntie Ronke, Effa. I think my biggest moment was actually seeing Mama Rainbow on set for the first time, and I was just like, I grew up watching her and not realizing that a day will come where we're in the same space, and yeah, just that was like super.
So
We'll take a short break and we'll come back. Zainab continues. Stay with us.